Hello everyone, I want to take a couple minutes and just show you how to change a couple of the formatting issues in the lesson plan templates that we have. Rather than putting the lesson plans for all 40 weeks for all 60 to 70 employees on one of our students in the technology department, we figured it would probably be easiest to send these small changes out so that each teacher would know how to do them in their own templates. So if you want to start by heading over to your Google Drive, and we're going to be actually searching for the folder that was shared with you by the tech department for your lesson plans. So a couple of ways you can find that once your drive finishes loading up. First way you can search for it is you can try looking under the Shared with Me section of your drive, and sure enough, here is my folder. The other way that you could search for it a little bit quicker is by typing your last name, comma, space, and first initial, I believe. Let's back that up here. And there is the folder that was created for me. So I'm going to go ahead and click on it from the search results. And we can see that all of my weeks are created and dropped into this folder. Now the way that we're doing this, the reason that we're doing it this way, rather than having one of our students sit down on the stat team in the library and make new copies of all these files, is because some teachers have already begun working on their lesson plans, and we would hate for something to happen where you lose the work that you've already done. So very simple. You're going to do this week by week, or you can go through and do it for all 40 weeks at once so you don't have to worry about it from week to week. And again, these are just formatting issues. You don't have to go back and do this, but it's going to make your lesson plans look a little bit neater. So go ahead and open up your first week, whether you've put anything in here or not. You'll see in just a minute, as soon as my file loads up here, that I haven't done anything with my lesson plans yet. So we're waiting. Let's try it again here with maybe a different file. Here we go. I'm just going to start with week 2 because week 1 was having a hard time loading up. So the first couple of things that you'll notice is in the first couple of boxes, the name box, for example, if you just start typing, for example, if you just highlight the box and start typing, you'll see that the name and colon disappear. Okay. If you want to keep that text in there, what you actually have to do is double click on that box and put your blinking cursor in there and then type. Okay, so the same is true for the week of box and the lesson name box. If you want to keep the words week of in there, you've got to double click to get the cursor blinking in the box. The other way that you can do it is actually click on the box once and then click right up here in the function line and just do your typing up there. Okay, so that's the first formatting change that you're going to want to make within each of your 40 lesson plan templates. The second formatting thing that you're going to want to take a look at is right in the subjects and periods box. You'll notice right away that if you try to type, that letter formatting is like a very light gray or almost a white. You can barely see it. Okay, so what you're going to want to do for this particular cell is you're going to want to come up to this little A, which is your text color, click the drop down, and just choose black. And then when you type in there, of course it didn't work. Let's try it again. Click off, back on, and black. There we go. Now it's fixed. I can also see that bold is turned on. You might want to turn that off. Okay, so that's the second piece of formatting that you're going to want to change. That's the font color in the subject and periods field. The third piece of formatting you're going to want to change is your text wrapping. So what you'll notice is if you are typing in a few of these boxes, you'll notice that it doesn't wrap the text until it reaches the end of the page, and then if you hit enter, it just makes one straight string of lines, and that's not very neat. So what we want to change is actually our text wrapping. So right now it's set to linear text wrapping, which means it's just going to keep working its way straight across the page. To change it to a text wrap where when it hits the end of one line and then returns down to the next, come up to this little sideways arrow here, click the drop down, and you're going to pick the curved wrap option. When you pick that, you'll notice that when I type now, it will jump down to the next line once it reaches the end of the box. Okay? Do you see how it wrapped down to the second line here? So, and I should state that the reason it kept working its way off to the side of the page is because I didn't have any spaces in there. As you continue typing and you enter a space, you'll see here that it will jump down to the next line. Okay, so let me go ahead and delete that. That same change is going to be true for the standards box, and then all of these boxes down below for your assignments. Okay, so you're going to again want to change that text wrapping to make the text wrap. Now the easiest way to do this, both the font, well I guess changing all fonts, you're only going to want to change the font color here, but for the text wrapping you can actually click this cell up here. That'll select all the cells in the page and then choose wrap, and what that'll do is it'll set all the cells in the sheet to actually wrap. Okay, so if you have any questions, feel free to email Steve Franz or myself, and we'd be happy to answer them for you. But that's pretty straightforward fixes. That'll just clean your formatting of your lesson plans up a little bit.